Hey everyone, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're tackling something that I think a lot of people are curious about, and that's minimalism.
Yeah, minimalism.
You hear the word and you think, okay, less stuff, clean spaces, but there's got to be more to it, right? Like, how can it actually make your life, I don't know, better without feeling like you're depriving yourself?
Right, and that's what we're going to explore today, right? We're going to unpack this idea of minimalism, really get to the heart of it. And to do that, we've dug into this really in-depth talk on the subject.
Oh yeah, this talk was pretty comprehensive. It wasn't just about throwing out your old t-shirts.
No, not at all. It went way deeper than that. It kept coming back to this idea that minimalism is more about intentionality than just getting rid of stuff.
Okay, so intentionality,
Yeah.
like being mindful about what the things you have, the things you do.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Like, it's about really choosing what you let into your life, both physically and mentally. And then, letting go of the things that don't really serve you anymore. So it's not just about having, the bare minimum.
Not at all, no. It's more about surrounding yourself with things that actually add value to your life, things that bring you joy or help you achieve your goals. What are your core values and aspirations? How do the things you own and do reflect those?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, yeah. Because I think some people might hear minimalism and just start chucking things out, and then they might end up feeling empty, not really fulfilled.
Exactly. The talk actually emphasized that. It's not about just getting rid of things for the sake of it. It's about making conscious choices about what you keep and making sure those things align with who you are, what you value.
So how does this apply beyond, our closets and our stuff? Because the talk, I know it went into other areas of life too, right?
Right, it did. It talked about how we spend our time, how we manage our digital lives. There was even this really interesting point about how scheduling downtime can actually boost your creativity and focus.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Scheduling downtime? Like
Yeah.
putting it on your calendar?
Yeah, like actually blocking off time for, relaxation, for hobbies, for just being. The talk cited research suggesting that it can really help you be more productive when you are working.
That's pretty counterintuitive, I think, for a lot of people. But I guess it makes sense if you think about it. We're so bombarded with information and demands all the time, it's easy to get burned out.
Exactly. And that's where minimalism can come in, right? It can help you create space in your life, both mentally and physically, so that you can focus on the things that matter most.
Okay, but how do you actually do that? Like, if someone's listening to this and thinking, okay, this sounds good, but where do I even start?
Well, the talk had some really practical advice for that. It said to start small, pick one area of your life, and just focus on that. And then ask yourself some key questions about your belongings or your commitments. Do I actually use this? Does this bring me joy? Does it serve a purpose that aligns with my goals?
Wow, those are such simple questions, but I bet they're really powerful when you actually take the time to ask them.
They are. And that's what makes this whole idea of minimalism so appealing, I think. It's not about following a bunch of rigid rules. It's about finding what works for you, what helps you live a more intentional and fulfilling life.
Yeah, and it's not about competition, right? Like, who can have the fewest things or who can be the most austere. It's about finding what truly matters to you and building your life around that.
Exactly. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I hope it's given you a clearer sense of what minimalism can be. It's about intentionality, about making conscious choices about what you allow in your life. It can apply to your possessions, your time, your digital habits, really any area where you feel like you're on autopilot.
So as you go about your day, think about what resonated with you from this conversation, and maybe ask yourself, what's one area where a little more intentionality could make a big difference in your life?
What could you simplify? What could you let go of to create more space for what truly matters?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, take care.
See ya.